Hello and welcome to Yarn Tales by the Sea. I'm Kellyanne and this podcast comes to you from the southeast coast of the United Kingdom. This is predominantly a knitting and crochet podcast. You can find me on Ravelry as LadyDrummer, great start, on Instagram as Yarn Tales by the Sea, and if you ever need to contact me, my email address is yarntales.bythesea@gmail.com. So I've got a fair amount to go through today, so what I'll do is I'll just get a few bits and pieces out of the way first. I am running two mails at the moment. One with the delectable Leslie from Not Quite Enough Yarn, and we are running the Ocean Mail, which basically is anything to do with the sea. If you can convince us, it's in. We both have Ravelry groups, and we'll put all the details down in the show notes. So you can make anything to do with the sea. It can be blankets that got waves in it, even yarn colours, that's fine. When I say by the sea, it doesn't mean it's got to be blues, greys and greens. If you can convince us, you know, it's in. So it can be anything like seashell colours, colours of fish in the ocean, coral colours, even deck chair stripes if that's your thing. So yes, anything that you can convince us. So I'm actually, it's our third quarter, so later on I shall be announcing the prize winners for that. So it's all right, I was just looking down to make sure I brought the notebook in. So so that would be a pattern prize up to the value of $10 and a gift giveaway. So the other make along I'm doing is a hat make along. So I've tried to make this one is as inclusive as possible. So it did start in September, so I'm not sure, I should have actually announced it at the beginning of the podcast, but the idea sort of came into my head during the last podcast. So yeah, so all you have to do for that one is make a hat and just send me a picture via my email address, which is yarntales.bythesea at gmail.com. That's all you have to do. I don't want you to send me the hat, just a picture, and I'm going to be drawing for two winners for that at the end of November. So yeah, and obviously that can be any colour, any pattern. It can be knitted, crocheted, done on a loom, whatever. So yeah, so I hope, I've had two photos sent to me so far, so yeah, I'm hoping lots of you will send me some pictures. So, and if I do get enough people taking part, I will do a video just on that, so and display all the hats. So yeah, right, so I finally have my internet sorted. So it has been a saga and a half. I know on my last podcast I said it was sorted. It wasn't. So basically we had an engineer come out, and what it turned out to be was we had a like a box that you plug your router into, that, and then that box plugs into the wall. So basically that's what BT, you know, British Telecom own, not my service provider. And basically the engineer said it was obsolete and it is known for dropping out. And not only that, he went out to the little hole in the ground outside and found out that we were getting 50% less internet than my neighbours. So he tweaked that up as well. And but we still get slower internet speeds than the majority of the town, because where I live, basically on the outskirts of the sticks, well, that's slang for on the outskirts of the countryside. So yeah, and that's not the least of it. Prior to the engineer coming out, we ordered a new router off of Amazon, and we have to get a fairly decent one because we're both gamers, and we play mainly World of Warcraft online, although Colin does play Elite. and the engineer said we got the wrong one. If we'd have got the one that would plug straight into the wall instead of into the box, you know, we would be raring to go. So we got in contact with Amazon, and they said, oh no, you can't send it back. And we were like, ooh. But he said, because we were sort of chatting, and he said, oh, I'll go and talk to my supervisor. And honestly, Amazon were fantastic. They said to me, you know, keep the router, we can't have it back, but what we will do is we will refund you the money as a gift card. And that enabled us to buy the next one up, and all I had to do was add a £10 or £10 £10 to it. So yeah, a good result all around. So yeah, back to normal. And I also apologise because I did say on Instagram that I was going to put up a podcast last weekend, and I just couldn't because I was flat on my back with diverticulitis, which was the worst bout I have experienced so far. Yeah, I did try to do a little bit of knitting and crochet, but it just wasn't happening. But yeah, all back to normal. So yeah, that was a lot of waffling, wasn't it, to start with? I normally waffle through it, but I probably will as well. Right, so I have, I think, 3 finishes, a couple of new starts, also say whips, and some stash, I would say stash enhancement rather than stash, because I haven't actually brought any yarn. Well, technically I have, but I haven't, if that makes sense. I did actually put an order in on, what was it, woolwarehouse.co.uk last night, so but I'm trying to be so good. I'm trying to craft from stash as much as possible, and this time of the year Colin's hours start dropping because he's a landscape gardener by trade, but he does other things with the firm he works for, so his wages sort of drop a bit because obviously there's not much to maintain garden wise. So waffle. Right, let's get into it. Right, so I'll grab these because they're the first one. So I finally finished my Rose City Rollers. I can't remember who they're by. Yeah, I made these just out to, I had some yarn left over from another project, so I just knocked those together, and they're so super quick. And yeah, I think they turned out fine. I can't remember the colourway, but it's Drops Fable anyway. I do like Drops Fable for socks because it's so tough, you know, and hard wearing. So yes, I'm really pleased with those. Really simple. I mean, I still did them on small circulars, and obviously when I get to the heel, I just switch to DPNs. So when I'm sort of turning the heel and everything, I'm sort of going, I've got half my stitches on the small circular and using the DPNs. So yeah, really pleased with those. So that's that. I just want to quickly say I will be running another make along next year, so I've just got to decide what to do about that. What kind of make along, but I'm going to obviously try to do something that's so, you know, inclusive. I don't want to do something, oh yes, let's have a sock knit along. I mean, something like that I might do as a smaller make along at some point, but I just wanted to do something similar to the Ocean Mail that, you know, everyone can participate in. So yeah, right. So I finished Colin's hat. So I will put photos on the screen of this so you can see him in it, because so, and I forgot the ball band for this. I think this is a King Cole. It was a chunky, and it's a cotton acrylic blend, I believe, and it's really, really soft, and it came out really, really well. I'm like Leslie from Not Quite Enough Yarn. I think I have two brands of like what I would call the generic lower end of the markets, and I do like king cole yarns and for blankets and things like that, if I'm crocheting stuff, not garments, but if I'm crocheting stuff, Starcraft. I do like Starcraft because their colour palette is just fantastic. So yes, he's very, very pleased with it, so I've got to order some more because he wants the matching scarf that goes with it now. So, but I'll put if anyone's interested in that, it is the king cole pattern, and it's 4608, and it's, oh yeah, it says it on there, Drifter Chunky. So was it this one? I'm not sure if he wanted, I think he wants that scarf to go with it. So yeah, so very pleased with that. So my next one, or should I say next finished object, is Mahoosive. So I don't think I'm going to get it properly on the camera. If I can take a picture and get it on here, I will, but don't hold your breath on that one because it's quite dark at the moment because the weather's all really yucky and cold. So I finished my corner to corner scrappy, so it was sort of there, so that's quite a lump I've done. I'm trying to, it's massive. Basically it fits my double bed, but it doesn't like overhang the bed, if you see what I mean. So it is quite difficult to show, but yes, as you can see, it is humongous. And it was my very first corner to corner project, and I really enjoyed doing it. And unfortunately I've got no scraps. When I say scraps, I've got no DK scraps, and you know, I like to do blankets and things, and normally I do one over a weekend over the winter, but I was doing that all through the summer, and yeah, so no scraps. So hopefully maybe this time next year I'll have enough to do more. But yeah, I really did enjoy the corner to corner, and all I did, I think that took about excuse me, between 1300 and 1400 grams, so it's quite a lot. And all I did was I made you know, scrappy cakes using the magic knot method and that. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing it, and it's like, it was so relaxing to just, you know, crochet along. Excuse me. No, I haven't got anything bad. It's sinus. This time of year I always get sinus problems, even though it is my favourite time of the year. So what I'll do is I'll do my stash enhancement next, I think. So where did I put it? So last month it was my birthday, and I don't get any yarn or anything related to crochet and knitting from any of my family. Never do. So I only get yarn in that if I buy it myself, not that I've bought yarn. So I thought I could do some really nice project bags, and I was looking on Etsy, and I've had my sort of eye on this for a few months. So I brought this lovely project bag. Can you see? So beautiful, and it's got bees on it, and I love bees. And this was made by Clara Rose Crafts, and you know, it's got nice little things on the end, and it comes with some little stitch marking. Is that focusing? I think so. I was just so pleased with it. It's lovely. It doesn't have pockets in it, but I don't mind that. But you know, that's going to fit a reasonable size project in. And if anybody else likes it, she does do it with a green bottom in the end, but it was, you know, green, you can choose which you like. But I really, really love this. I love it so much that I brought the little Well, she's got it down as like it can be used, I think, as a small project bag or makeup bag, but it's actually perfect for socks. And again, it comes with the little stitch markers and a little bee on the zip thing. So yeah, I really like it. It's pretty. I'll tell you what I did notice when I was on Wool Warehouse last night, because what I did is I brought another Attic 24 blanket pack. So I ordered the June blanket because it's totally different colours to all the other blankets I got. These are, I think they're just in focus. There's a few there, and I have other blankets on the backs of my sofas downstairs, and I think you can never have enough blankets, but there you go. Oh, anyway, I'm digressing. I was looking for a jumper pattern, and do you know what I noticed? And it doesn't matter what the brand of the patterns were, I think they're all sexist, not sexist, sizist, because they're all skinny models, and I know that there's been so much done over the last year to be inclusive, you know, all the way around regarding to skin colour and, you know, size. So why aren't the big generic pattern providers doing something about it as well? You know, so I you know, they were really, you know, I'm got to be careful here. Right, this is just a saying. They were all skinny minis on the pattern. So why don't they put ladies or gentlemen of a larger size on the front of the patterns? Because, you know, I'm sure a lot of people, you know, would like to see what they look like, because I know from experience that I've brought patterns with skinny minis on the front, and I've made the garment, and you know, it doesn't look anything like it, because where I'm a rounder lady, you know. So why don't they do that? You know, I wonder if anyone else has sort of complained about it, you know. And you know, there's nothing against people that you know, a nice size. It's about being inclusive. So yeah, it's just an observation. Oh dear. But I did choose a pattern in the end, so do you know, I can't even, I think was it a king cole? Might have been a king cole. Oh, I don't know. Can't remember. That was yesterday. Can't even remember what I did when I first got up this morning, let alone yesterday. So yeah, it's just an observation. So yeah, well, like I said, it's cold, hence nice shawl on. This is an old virus shawl done in mandala. I just I don't know, it's just my favourite. I think it's because of the colourway. I really love the colourway. And what I do is I use brooch pins. I think you can see that. Yeah, use brooch pins to hold them together. I think this was like 99p or £1 off of Wish. So, and by the time you've added postage on, you can't even buy that for that price over here. So yeah. So that's that. Right, I started a new shawl. I'll get the pattern up. It's actually a free pattern off of what you call it, Ravelry, and it's the Fay Wing Shawl by Kelly McClure. That's the front of the pattern. This is the colour it actually printed out in, so I think there's a slightly better one inside. So basically it's a alternating pattern of lace and garter, and then the last section is done in yeah, the last panel's done in chevron, She did actually recommend the, what do you call it, Lion Brand shawl in a ball, which I had 5 balls of in different colours. I didn't have that colour, so I chose this one. It's terrible, it's falling apart. I'm getting a yarn bath with it. I'll have a look. I've got the thing here. It's Restful Rainbow. It's just the, you know, I've got the old version of it, which was in the shawl, in the bowl, and I think now they've released them, re-released them all in cakes. So, and I was lucky I got mine dirt cheap from America when they had, I think it was like 5 balls for $10. So considering I think they're about £8 over here, it was an absolute bargain. So I'm just going to, right, so I've got, so I've got up, down, I don't know if that's going to pick up, I think that's picking up the lacy bits. So I'm just knitting on a circular. I did actually, I think I dropped down a size on this. Can't remember what size I used now, because I have 3.75mm, and I think it said a 4. And as you can see, let's get that bit there. Can you see that? It's very, very thin. I don't know if this is with all of this yarn or just the ball I got, but it has massive slubs in it, and it's a pain in the proverbial backside when the slubs come on sort of the lacy parts. So I'm hoping that's going to block out, but I really do like the pattern. I think I might in the future get some merino or something and do one with it, or so, you know, something softer, because it's not super soft, but it's not scratchy, but it might wash up better. Because what's it made of? Let's look at it. Oh, I don't know, my brain. Oh, what is it? Oh, 58% cotton, 39 acrylic, and 3% other. So I do like the colours, but like I said, it's not sure. Just not as soft as what I'm used to knitting with, you know, making stuff with other yarns. But oh look, I'm getting all caught up here. It's all caught up on the bag. So yeah, maybe I should have caked it up first. And that's living in another bag I brought off of Etsy a while ago, Tudor Rose Craft Studio. So that's that. Right. Onto my cardigan, which is, oh, I did have it. So, oh, it's there. Which is the Viola cardigan by Denny Made. That's it. I think if you want that length, you have to add extra stitches, because it doesn't incorporate that in there. But anyway, I dropped the yarn. I'm all over the place, aren't I, today? So the pattern was gifted to me on my birthday by the lovely, delectable Leslie from Not Quite Enough Yarn. So I've actually got the front and back all sewn up, because it's actually crocheted in, you crochet sideways up, so you get the front fronts and the back all in one go. Really easy pattern to follow. I'm making this in Kinko Big Value Aran, and it's got like little black and cream specks in it when they stay in, because they keep coming out when you knit with it. And as I say, it's just 100% acrylic. Where's the colour on that anyway? Does it say? Oh, it's marble, shade 1998 marble. And I've got the hood in, because you can make it with or without the hood. And I'm going to rip it out and start again. Nothing to do with the pattern, all my fault. Because it as I was going along, it seemed to, I didn't notice, so I was like to the top of the hood, it was like tapering in a bit, sort of going a bit like that. So I rechecked the pattern, and when you do your turning chain at the beginning of another row, it doesn't count as a stitch, and I didn't read that. Mind you, saying that, it didn't say it at the beginning of the rows, it said it in like the front of the pamphlet, but my own fault, I should have read it. So I need to just rip that out, because it does look right, but it sort of tapers a bit. And yeah, so I'm going to rip that back and re-put it in. But I know it doesn't look much there, but it does look really nice on, and it's just done in V-stitch, but the hood is done in, right, I've got to try half crochet, half treble crochet. So my brain's not working, I can't think. Is that the same for the American terms? Yeah, or is that the American term? I don't know. Brain's not working. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it, and it does look super nice on, and it fits. But I did do some adjusting myself, because I don't know if it's, I mean, I wouldn't say I was really tight crocheter, but I'm not a loose crocheter, and I couldn't get gauge, and all I found that I needed to do was put 4 extra rows in each panel, so that worked out really nice. And I'm gonna do a little bit artistic, have a bit of artistic license with it, and I've got this, I don't know, it's like a petrol-y colour, and I think that was an oldie one. So I think I'm going to do like the front bands and the bottom ribbon, and possibly the pockets in that colour. So yeah, talking of Aldi, I was really good. Colin went down there and did some shopping during the week, and he WhatsApped me all these pictures of all the yarn in there, and he said, "What do you want, babe?" And I went, "Nothing." They did have some nice Aran in there, but I still got all those weird massive cake things that he brought me before that I still haven't used up. And I think I should go with everybody's suggestion, because I did ask on the podcast that featured, what can I do with them, and people were saying baskets. So I'm thinking maybe it would make a really good project to do when I'm doing large, you know, for when I'm doing large things. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that, and like I said, I think it's turned out quite well. So I was going to ask, what, like, if you're buying generic yarns, you know, shop brands, what are your favourite yarns to buy? What's your favourite brand? I mean, I think we all, you know, all have our favourite brands. I mean, like I said, I do like King Cole and Stylecraft. I've done a little bit in James C. Brett, but not a lot. That was all right. I think I made it like a chunky jacket. It was like really quite chunky yarn. I don't mind chunky, but I don't know. I just prefer. I think my go-to weight in garments is probably DK, but I do like a bit of 4-ply. I don't know, I just find my stitches with chunky just doesn't seem to lie as flat as when I do DK. Oh, I don't know, unless it was just the yarn I used, who knows. So yeah, that's that. I did start Colin another pair of socks. I know I said I wasn't going to, but he wanted some scrappy socks, and I've actually run out of scraps of that as well, apart from sort of the manly colours. So what I thought, I'll make him a pair of the Rose City rollers, because they'd be ideal for him to wear indoors with his slippers. I think you Americans call, is that they house shoes or something? Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, slippers is, you know, the soft things you wear indoors. Oh look, am I professional or what? So these are, I mean, these are more bloody, oh, I swore. First time I think I've done that on my podcast. These look like awful Frankenstein stocks. So I've got like the brown, sort of a grey brown colour there. That's an out of, well, they don't make it anymore. I don't suppose you'd say out of print, would you? They were the first pair of socks I made for Colin. So, and then I think the blue is Drops Fable, the light blue is Drops Fable, and the stripy one, that's Happy Feet from Hobie, which I made myself a pair of socks in. So like I said, rather than scrappy, I would say these are definitely Frankenstein. So, but he's happy with it, because he didn't want any you know, my scraps into it. And I said to him, well, I'd have a hard job seeing I haven't got any. So yeah, that's that. And I can't believe I've left my other one. Oh dear. Well, I did start a pair of socks for myself, and I haven't brought the, oh yes I have. Oh dear, what is the matter with you, Kellyanne? I'm going loopy. I'll tell you what it is. It's all these weeks spent indoors with nobody to talk to but the dog, and budgies and a cockatiel, because I'm just not going out. I think I'm going a bit loopy, to be honest with you. Yeah, right. So I have started a cable sock. Well, I will actually put a picture on the screen, because I don't think the light is going to pick this up very well. So I'm going to, actually what I'll do, I'm going to stick my hand in so to pull out the cable. So this is done in Rosie's Moments, and it is the merino sock base that she does. And it's all the sort of like heathery colours. And I bought this a few months ago. I bought one of her mystery sock boxes because it was based on the Outlander series, which I love. It's not just because of TV show. I started with the audiobooks and just absolutely adore it. So yeah, so I'll see if you can see it on the, so it's really pretty. It's sort of greens, some dark blues, purpley colours to represent like the Scottish moors. So yeah, and the pattern is a Winwick sock run pattern. It's just easy cable sock. So the only thing I would say, well, even if any cable sock, is just add on an extra 4 stitches, because cable socks, where they go in, as you can see if I come out, so it makes it a bit tighter. So I did this because I normally cast on 64 stitches for myself, and so I cast on 68, and it's just a normal slip stitch heel. So yes, really liking that. So that'd be my second pair of merino socks ever. So really pleased. And I don't possess a proper cable needle as such. So what can I use? Oh, there it is. Oh, I can't get in it. So I brought last year, or year before, I don't know, I brought Rosie's Moments gift ball. It's basically, it's wound, her yarn's wound in a ball, and you get loads of little knitting crochet gifts inside. And I had this little plastic cable needle. Don't even know what size it is. It's really tiny, so if ever I do any cabling, I use that. It's something I really need to get, because I think the pattern I've just ordered off of Wool Warehouse is that a cable jumper? I might have ordered a cable. See, I can't even remember, and it was only last night. Oh dear. Any of you, I think, anybody else have any brain farts like that? I do. It's like I said, I just think it's a sign of the times at the moment, because like, I'm having hardly any social, human social interaction, and I think that's what's doing it. Because like I said, Colin, he usually gets up from work anywhere between 4 and 6 o'clock in the morning, doesn't come home till 6, 7 at night. By the time we've had dinner, maybe watch something on Prime, because we're watching, what do we watch? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. at the moment, which I'm really enjoying. And yeah, so, and then he's tired, so obviously. So yeah, not a lot of social interaction at all. So yeah, oh well. Hopefully it won't be for too much longer. I mean, it's my own fault, because I could go out, but I choose not to. So I'm not working at the moment, not at all. I haven't worked for months now, but that's okay. It is what it is. So yeah, waffle. So my last item is Colin's blanket. So I've picked it up again because of finishing that one, because it was so daft having two full-size blankets, and well, it's daft, isn't it? So that's why I thought I went ahead like a steam train on that one to get it finished. So this is loosely based on the Attic 24 Cozy Stripe. So I was there last time I showed you. So I was getting fed up with the striping. I mean, I do like the colours. Colin chose them all. So, it's the normal 2 rows. So I'm going to make it up as I go along now. So what I'm doing, I've now gone in with, I think you can see that, four rows. So I'm using 6 colours. So I'm going to do 2 repetitions of the 4 rows, because that will bring it to exactly the same length as the two row striping. And then when I've done that, I'm going to think what other stitches I can put in. So just to make it a bit more exciting, and it's all done in Starcraft Special, which is 100% acrylic. So yeah, really liking how that's coming out. Like I said, he chose the colours, so yeah, and he wants it for the winter. Talking about that, I've actually put one of my other blankets on the bed last night, because we still got a summer quilt on, and it's, like I said, the temperature's really dropped. So yeah, so that was really cosy in bed last night. But I refuse to put my heating on at the moment because it's still September. But I love autumn. It is my favourite time of the year. everything about it. And I think I'm missing not being out in it, because I would like to go for a walk in the countryside or in the woods or something. But hey ho, perhaps next weekend I'll go out, because I mean, you know, we've got more lockdown restrictions at the moment. I'm not a Boris Johnson lover, I'm not a Tory party lover, but you know, I don't want to get like political or anything, but I think, you know, Boris Johnson is damned if he does and damned if he doesn't. So, and it hasn't helped with all these people, you know, not bothering to social distance, doing all these, you know, protests up in London and elsewhere in the country. You know, none of them social distancing, none of them wearing masks. I just, it beggars belief, to be honest. It just really does. I mean, you've got people that have sat indoors for months on end because they've got underlying conditions, and then you've got people doing that. I mean, what can you say? What can you say? I mean, to me, selfish comes to mind, you know, and they think the virus isn't real, and well, you know, if you don't think the virus is real, I'm just going to have a little tiny rant. If you don't think the virus is real, why don't you go into an ICU unit without a mask, without protection, and help care for people that are really, really ill with it? Let's see if you come out with nothing. If you think COVID doesn't exist, if you think it's a... oh, no, I don't mean it, you lot, but you know what I mean, the protesters. You know, that's the way I feel about it. And I just think it's so wrong, so wrong, so wrong, so wrong. I mean, because I was looking at the figures, and nearly 1 million people around the world have died from it. And then you've got people saying it doesn't exist. I mean, they must live in bloody cuckoo land. They're probably people that believe the earth is flat, and they're space deniers, that, you know, that there's no space around us. Conspiracy theorists, you know, they do all this because they deny the truth. They don't deny the truth, and because it doesn't fit their agenda, they have to make it up. And you know, to me, that seems to be what's happening with the COVID deniers. Shame on you. Shame on all of you that don't believe in it. Not that I'm saying any of you lot do, but you know what I mean. Aimed at the protesters. So, rant over. So, yeah, I think that is everything. Yeah, it is. I don't even know how long. No, I can't see. It's on doing it on the phone, so I can't see. I've got a new phone. What is it? Samsung. Can't remember what it is. Brilliant. I've never had such a brilliant camera on it. It's better than the cameras on everything else I've got, so I'm using that. Right, so what you've all been waiting for, and I will put pictures in. Right, so the winners of the Ocean Mail. So prize winner is Brev66, which is BREVE66, and Brev has made a Odyssey shawl by Hokey Lokey Telly, and again we'll put a picture in. So congratulations, and thank you for entering. It's been brilliant. And the pattern prize is Chardaze, which is CHARDAZE, and Chardaze made a pair of socks using the Arn and Carlos Mountain Fjord yarn. Again, picture will be put up. So congratulations. If you please like to both contact me on Ravelry, and I will send out your pattern prize and from Ravelry and the gift ASAP. I should do what Leslie does, and I will give you a month to contact me, and if you haven't contacted me in a month, I will redraw, but I'm sure you ladies will. So yeah, so I think that is more or less it. I can't see anything else. I think that's it. Oh yeah, I still haven't finished that. I won't pull it because my yarn's all the virus show I was doing in that cake thing, because I know I had a massive yarn bath with knot in it. So I'm not sure where I'm going to pick it and leave it there, or try and undo the yarn bath. But right, yeah, so I think that's it. Sorry for the little rant, but yeah, I get annoyed when there's people like me stuck indoors, and you've got people like that, you know, walking around. To me, they're like walking death bombs, aren't they? They contract it and then take it all out elsewhere. But yeah, I do get annoyed over it, especially for, like, you know, people got underlying problems and can't get out, and then you've got idiots like that. So I think that's it. Yeah, so I will try and get one up in a fortnight. It depends how much I can get done. If not, it will be in a month's time. Oh, and another thing, if anybody of you've made it this far, anybody give me some good recommendations on some book series to read or listen to, because yeah, I'm running out, because I've done all the St Mary's and by Jodie Taylor, so I'm waiting for the new ones to come out. Yeah, just loads. I don't like anything like, I don't mind if there's a bit of romance in it, but I don't like anything that's like really slushy. They're like, no. It's joking. No, I just don't like that. I do like fantasy, sci-fi, suspense, thrillers, dramas, anything. So just put in there what your favourite books are, and if I haven't read them, it might give me something to look for. So yeah, I would really appreciate that, and I do appreciate all your comments. I really do. It really brightens my boring days up. So yeah, it does. And like I said, if you're new and you haven't, you know, it's the first time here, yeah, it's been a bit of a dipsy podcast and a little bit of rant. I don't normally rant. Please consider subscribing, because it would really make my day as well. So, and I will be, because I'm getting fairly close to 500 subscribers, so as soon as I hit the 500 mark, I will be doing a giveaway for that. So yeah, anyway, thank you so much for staying, if you've stayed this long and watching, and until next time, keep safe, look after each other, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. And add on, because I forgot to show the price. Anyway, so I ordered a project bag from Etsy, and I don't know if that's going to show it all the right way around. Well, it looks backwards to me, so I don't know if you're going to see it the right way around. So it has all knitting related phrases and balls of yarn and that, and there is some merino freebie mini in there. So I'm really sorry about that. I'm sure Colin, my other half, will be able to put that in. Might have to put it in at the beginning, I don't know. Anyway, there you go. So again, congratulations to both winners. So, and that was made by Amelia Joy on Etsy. Thank you.